Namaste, everyone, and welcome to Jagruti 2021. My name is Bharati, and I'm a part of the national campus team on the National Hindu Students Forum UK. And I'll be your host for Your Chance to Dance Bharatnatyam edition. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Chiinthu Sarvan. Chiinthu is a Bharatanatyam dancer based in the UK who has completed her Arangetram in Bharatanatyam. She's currently learning Nattuvangam. She's performed on a number of platforms, including the Indian High Commission, a Prime ITV show, and at a show where Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip were in attendance. Chiinthu is currently a creative lead and content writer for the Indian Raga community and was the first UK-based dancer to join the Indian Raga Fellowship Scheme in San Diego. She's returning to the fellowship scheme as a workshop lead. Thank you very much for joining us today, and we're really excited to have you, and I hope you enjoy this session. Chiinthu, over to you.
Hello, thank you so much for the introduction. Thank you so much for attending. Today's session is going to be about Vahanas, and I'm really excited for today's session, partly because usually when we do a dance workshop, we go straight into the dance and there's not a lot of time to discuss and talk. So I think this is a fantastic opportunity for me to talk about something that I really like and something that I'm really interested in and something that I'm really curious about. So today's session is going to be about Vahanas. So Vahana means vehicle. It's a Sanskrit word that means to mount. So in Tamil, Vahanam means a vehicle as well. So we're going to be talking about vehicles. So feel free to call out. I thought this might be quite nice to do it as a little bit of interactive session. If you guys think you know any vehicles that come to mind. So feel free to call out. Okay, yes, so someone's doing this. Yes, Garuda. Yes, anyone else? Yes, I've got this. Okay, so yes, nice. So we've got lots of animals. So I'm seeing lots of animals. Okay, I'm seeing peacock. Someone do a peacock. Okay, I'm seeing Nandi. Yes, so like a cow, you can say that's a tiger. You can say that's a goat. Yeah, so loads of these vehicles are animals, right? So why do we have these vehicles in the first place? So first of all, it gives you power. So if you're a deity or a deity, or if you're like a god and you've got like a vehicle, so immediately you've got this enhanced amount of power. Let's think about mobility. So the idea of, I'm calling or I'm praying and I want God to quickly respond to me. We have this image of them just quickly, Skanda just getting on his peacock and just appearing. So this idea of responsiveness is much more because they've got this vehicle. These animals, so these vehicles, they're multi-purpose. They're not just there to serve as a vehicle. They're there as a friend. They're there as a guide. Sometimes they're there as a messenger. So I don't know if you've gone to a temple and you've seen like a statue of Shiva, and you might have a Nandi in front of him, and people will say, "Go and whisper to the Nandi's ear," and the Nandi will take your message to Shiva. So the idea that they're actually a messenger. So there's lots of different reasons why they're there. But when you kind of look into a little bit deeper, there's actually more symbolic reasons. So put your hand up if you thought these vahanas or these vehicles are distributed at random. So I was definitely one of them, okay? I thought these are just random animals just chosen and plucked out of the air, and they've just been distributed to these gods. And I always used to think, Ganesh obviously pulled the short straw, because who wants to have a rat as his vehicle? So obviously he was the unlucky one. But there's lots of symbolic reasons as to why these people have those particular vehicles. So first of all, they're practical, okay? They're practical for their purpose. So if we look at the Trumuti, so if we look at Vishnu, who is the preserver, Brahma, who's the creator, Shivan, who's the destroyer, their vehicles are practical for their jobs. So Vishnu, who is the god of the space element, his vehicle is Garudan. So Garudan can fly. So yes, that makes sense. He's in space and he's got a vehicle that allows him to travel in space. When we think about Shiva, Shiva is an earthly god. Shiva is the god of fertility, of, earth, and he has very earthy tones. So his vehicle as the bull makes sense because the bull is a very earthy animal. And when we look at Brahma is the god of the water element. So his vehicle, which is the swan, makes sense because it's a swan can move well through the water. So it's practical. Let's think about, is it symbolic of their powers? So if we think about, let's go back to the Brahma example. So Brahma is the god of knowledge. He's the god of he's an enlightened god. So the swan is said to have this special ability to separate milk and water. So if we think about that in a symbolic way, it's about how you can separate good thoughts and bad thoughts. So it's a symbol. It's Brahma's knowledge, and it's a symbol in his vehicle. Similarly, if we think about Durga's vehicle is the tiger or the lion. I mean, I feel like I've seen images where it's the tiger, and I've seen images where it's the lion as well. But that vehicle represents her fierceness, her destructiveness, and that's symbolized in her vehicle. So we're thinking about, okay, so the vehicle is a representation of the god. But we can also think about, all right, what does this energy represent? So maybe it's about overcoming energies. So when you are, when I think of Durga on her tiger or Shiva on his bull, I always think of these gods as taming these vehicles, taming these animals. So what if it's about taming certain energies? So remember before I was saying, oh, you know what, Ganesh, he's a bit unlucky. He's got this rat. So I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want a rat as my vehicle. But what does that symbolically mean? So Ganesh is someone who's very strong-willed. Okay, he's got a lot of power. He's very strong-willed. He's about, new beginnings. So this rat represents this uncontrolled mind. Hesitation, nervousness, weakness. And it's about you going, you know what, I'm going to tame this. I'm going to confront this problem, and I'm going to come on top of it. Similarly, let's think about Skanda or Murugan or Subramaniam or, whatever, however you decide to call him. His vehicle is the peacock. And what do we think when we think of peacock? We think, wow, that peacock is so pretty. That peacock has lots of colors. So maybe that represents our ego. Maybe that represents our vanity. And it's about going, I'm going to come above that. I'm going to mount that. I'm going to rise over that. So maybe it's about overriding certain negative energies. But what if it's also not just about overriding these energies, but balancing these energies? One of my favorite examples is, I don't know if you've heard, but sometimes we have people who say, I want to invite Lakshmi into my house. And they do certain things, or they don't do certain things to say, Lakshmi, come inside, come, I want to invite you. And with you, can you bring this wealth? Can you bring this, can you bring all this money? And can you just come bringing all this great stuff? But, Lakshmi's vehicle is actually the owl. And the owl is considered to be bad luck. And we say, if you see an owl, people say, oh, that's really bad luck. I don't want an owl to come. I don't want to be near that. So how is that interesting? I mean, how does that work? I'm saying, Lakshmi, come to my house. I want you to come inside. But, if you don't mind, can you park your vehicle at the top of the street? Because I consider your vehicle to be bad luck. Like, can we do that? Can we pray to one part of her, but not the other? Very interesting. So what is an owl? An owl is an animal that is awake during the day. It is asleep during the day, and it's awake during the night. So it's awake when other people are asleep. So when we think about Hindu texts, and we think about like historic mythological stories, when they talk about sages and when they talk about rishis, these enlightened people, they're saying these enlightened people are awake when others are asleep. So similar to the owl. So what is that? So what is it? We've got Lakshmi, who's one extreme, bringing all this good luck. And then we've got the owl at the other extreme, bringing all this bad luck. So maybe it's about balancing and finding that middle and saying, yes, you know what? I want all this wealth. I want all this, greatness, but I'm also going to, rise above it. I'm going to be awake. I'm going to be awake to greed. I'm going to be awake to selfishness. And it's about finding that middle. So that's very interesting. And then the last thing I want to talk about is, so we've talked about vehicles and we've talked about them being animals, and we've talked about how, all of these examples show us that animals are so important. So Hinduism says yes, humans are very important. We've got these fantastic characters who are so different, and they're so strong. But we've got this amazing animal kingdom as well. And actually, both of these kingdoms need to work in harmony for Earth to function properly. So one is not higher than the other, but they need to work in harmony. So we're talking about animals. Interesting. If you ever go to a maths or an English class or whatever, and the teacher spends 45 minutes teaching you a new formula, and then at the end, she always says, but there's an exception. And then she always gives you an exception to the rule. Similarly, there is an exception here as well. So all of our vahanas are animals, but sometimes, actually once, there is a vahana that seems to be a human being. So human being, so I'm saying, you know what? Vehicles as animals are good because they're fast. They can get you to places. They mean all these fantastic things. But a human, that doesn't make sense. So the character, I'm going to call him a character, the character who has a vehicle that is a human is Kuberan. So I don't know if you've heard of him, but Kuberan is the half brother of Ravana. He is someone who represents a lot of wealth. He's probably one of the richest people in Hinduism. So he's got a lot of money. So why does he have a vehicle that's a human? Interestingly, his vehicle, so the way he gets around is the flying machine, which was supposedly stolen by Ravana in the Ramayana. But so his vahana is this machine, which is man-made. So maybe that's why his vahana is a human being, because his machine is made by humans. Or maybe if we're thinking about it symbolically, remember we were saying peacock means vanity and the rat means uncontrolled minds. So maybe the human, he's saying the human represents greed or selfishness or desires. And that's why he's getting on top of that, because he's got so much wealth. And it's about balancing. It's about neutralizing those powers. So that was my quick one-stop explanation of vahanas and why vahanas are in Hinduism. And sometimes we think of them as something mere, like we don't pay attention to it, but actually they're there for a reason. And I think that's why I find Hinduism very interesting. So I'm not a very religious person, but I love going to temples. I love going to festivals. I love learning about these stories because it's not just a story. There's lots of layers. And when you go in and you learn about these layers, they're so interesting. So please do go off and do some research and read some more. So I guess I've just kind of done the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more out there. And this was just to kind of give you a little feeler as to what's out there. So, okay, so of course, this is a Bharatanatyam workshop. So why am I talking to you about vahanas? How does that relate to this Bharatanatyam workshop? So when we think of Bharatanatyam, so I don't know how many of you guys know, but Bharatanatyam is probably one of the oldest forms of dance from South India. And let's kind of rewind when Bharatanatyam was starting decades and decades and decades ago. Bharatanatyam was a form that we used to storytell. Of course, we don't have books, we don't have podcasts, we don't have, people, putting these stories in a nice package for us. So they were using dance as a form of storytelling, and it was passed down. So that's how they told stories. And Bharatanatyam was something that was performed in temples. And it was performed in front of pujas or as part of the puja. So you will have a puja and then you'll have Bharatanatyam as part of it. So I thought of Bharatanatyam being a vehicle of storytelling, a vehicle for Hinduism to pass on its stories to the next generation and to pass it on to other people. So then I thought, okay, Bharatanatyam and vehicles. Okay, so then I thought vehicles in Hinduism. So that's the kind of link that I've got there. And that's why we're going to be doing vehicles in this session. Okay, cool. So I've picked a few vehicles and maybe we can discuss and we can kind of go through them. Oh, I'm getting someone doing a heart. Yes. I'm glad you're enjoying this. And do shout out if you have any questions. I'm not an academic, but I can try and answer a little bit. But so any questions before we go to the session? Feel free to unmute yourself or raise a hand or something. Okay, cool. All right. Fab. I am going to go into the session. So hopefully, if you've got a yoga mat, use the yoga mat. If not, don't worry. We're just going to warm up and get our bodies a little bit warm before we kind of dive into the session. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to grab my yoga mat. Right, let me know if you can't hear me or you can't see me. All right, you can see me, you can hear me. Fab. Okay, we're going to do 6 rounds of Surya Namaskar, so 6 cycles, which means 3 rounds. And we're going to get our bodies a little bit awake. Okay, so please stand at the tip of your mats. Ready? Okay, so inhale, stretch up and bend. Exhale, reach to the floor. You can bend your knees if you want to, that's absolutely fine. Push your right leg back. Push your left leg back into a plank position. You're going to drop your knees, your chest and your chin to the floor. Push up and curl back. And you're going to curl your toes. You're going to go to all fours. Try and push your heel to the ground. You're going to push your right leg forward, left leg forward. And you're going to breathe in and reach up. And you're going to go back straight down again. Straight down to the floor. Left leg back this time. Right leg reduct. Knee, chest, chin to the floor. Push up. Look at the ceiling. Curl your toes onto all fours. You're going to push your left leg forward. You're going to push your right leg forward. You're going to breathe in. And you're going to come back to the center. So that's 1 cycle. Okay, we're going to go a little bit faster now. And breathe in and cut, bend. Breathe out to the floor. Push your right leg back. Left leg reduct. Knee, chest, chin to the floor. Push up and curl your back. Curl your toes onto all fours, looking at your belly button. Right leg forward. Left leg forward. Breathe in. Breathe out again to the floor. Push your left leg back. Right leg back. Knee, chest, chin. Curl up to the ceiling. Curl your toes onto all fours. Push your left leg forward. Push your right leg forward. You're going to bend up. And back to pray pose. Okay, last cycle. Push up, breathe in. Push down. Push your right leg back. Push your left leg back. Knee, chest, chin. Curl up. Curl your toes onto all fours. Look at your belly button, heel on the floor. Right leg forward. Left leg forward. Up and curl. Down, exhale. Breathe down. Left leg back. Right leg reduct. Knee, chest, chin. Push up and look at the ceiling. Curl your toes onto all fours. Left leg forward. Right leg forward. Up and bend. Exhale and pray position. Nice. All right, let's warm up our feet. So push up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push it to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other leg. Push up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. We're just going to warm up our shoulders. So 5 rounds forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rounds backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. And we're just going to wiggle our feet, wiggle our arms, and hopefully you guys are warmed up. Okay. Right. So I'm just going to draw my mat and move that out of the way. Okay, cool. So the choreo that I've got today is for a music by Indian Raga. It's called the Raindrop Jati. So you can find it on YouTube. It's available on YouTube. It's called the Raindrop Jati. And we're just going to do the first 20 seconds. And what I want you guys to do is when you're learning the choreo, make it yours. So if I do something and you think you can do something else, or we can do like different variations of it, but make it yours. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. You can make it yours. And the other thing that I wanted to say was, so the point of today is not for you to take away a choreo or to take away a set routine. No, it's more about you exploring different vahanas and exploring how they fit certain characters. Okay? So I'll play the music first so you can listen to the music. Okay. So that's what we're going to be doing. So that comes to about 35 seconds-ish. Okay, so first of all, before we always do dance, we always do something called the namaskaram. Namaskaram, for those who don't know, is a form of us saying, we're doing a lot of stamping, we are creating a lot of noise. So it's almost like saying, we're just giving our respect to Bhumi Mata, and we're saying we're really sorry about that. But it's also about praying and giving that respect to our audience and our gurus and the gods above us. So let's start off with namaskaram. Ready? Oh, okay, just in case we have some non-dancers, you pick your 1, 2, fabulous, right? And you hold it at your chest level. Ready, right leg first. Ta, ka, dim, me. Left leg, ta, dim, me. And then we're going to change it to a thumbs up. And we're going to go all the way around. And we're going to hide our thumb with our 4 fingers. So you're going to hide your thumb. There you go. On the floor and on your eyes. And you pray. And up here. Awesomeness. All right. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to try and fit in about 7 or 6 different vahanas and different gods. Okay. So the first one we're going to do is the popular one of Ganesh and his little mouse. Okay. So we're going to show a mouse like this with our left hand. Okay, so so remember we were saying this mouse is the uncontrolled mind. It's the mouse that's like running around. How do you see a mouse? Yeah. So we're gonna go. The first step is gonna go dit, te. So stamp back te, and then this mouse is running away, right? So we're gonna grab it and bring it back in. That's it. It's us conquering this as well. Remember, symbolically. So it's gonna go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. And then we're gonna sit. So Ganesh is gonna sit. Ganesh is presented like this. Okay. And guys, my left is my sure left. So that's always my left hand. So my left hand is gonna be down and my right hand is gonna be up. And you're holding it like this. Okay. Now Ganesh, he's quite a bulky person, right? So he's not going to be very agile. He's gonna sit. He's quite big. He's quite rounded. He's quite big. So even in dance, even when we're storytelling, we want to make sure we storytell our character. So we're gonna go dit, grab, dit. He's gonna come and he's gonna sit, and you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing. Let's try that with the music. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play the bit of the end of the music, so we're not in a rush. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So we've just gone 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then we're going to show the mouse, and we're going to show his ears, same leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Any dancers out there, right? If you're going here, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, you could do ta, ha, te, hi, ta, ka, dim, mi. Okay. So depends. You've got 2 variations there. So reminder, so we're going 1, 2, grab, 4. He's gonna sit, and he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've shown Ganesh's ears, and we're showing him sitting on this mouse. Then from here, we're gonna go and show Murugan or Skanda, however you want to call him. We're gonna go 1. So Mayuram hands. Mayuram is used to show peacock, so we're going to use those hands. And we're going to go out, in, and then we're going to go di, di. So di is going to change to Hamsasim at top. And Tirupatrakam still there. Right? 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, di, di. Then you're going to stamp your left, lift your right, and you're going to do Attami. Di. Okay, a little Attami. Right? With the music, with the counts. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, di, 1, 2, Attami. Okay? Then this lifted leg is going to go back into here. So your left hand becomes the peacock. Your right hand is a thumbs up, showing Murugan. Okay? He's going to come here, and then you're going to jump, Mulamandi, jump to the floor, and turn around. Awesome. Should we try with the music? So remember, we've got the mouse. We're grabbing the mouse. He's sitting on the mouse. He's just about moving on the mouse. And then we're showing Ganesh. And then we're showing the peacock. Now, peacock is a very elegant animal. So we're going to make sure we are very elegant, and we lift up and we pose. And the Attami is to show the beauty of the peacock, who is mounted by Murugan. Murugan is an agile person because the peacock is very fast. So he has the ability to jump and spin. Awesome. With the music, okay? Ready? Right, now we're going to move to our next Vahana. Okay, so the next Vahana is the bull, and we're going to show Shivan. So Shivan is a character, Shivan is a god that represents a lot of force, a lot of power, a lot of and fertility. So we're going to use the bull to represent the bull, which also represents power. So we're going to show that first. So remember how we showed the peacock, that's super elegant and super soft and super pretty. Now we're going to show the bull, which is boom.
You can tell me how you walk.
So the bull is you're going to go into like a wide armandi, and he's strong. So make sure you put your shoulders up. Make sure you're showing that strength. And you're showing the Shiva up here. So we're going to show the Dhamarugam. So down, turn and spin. Then you're going to go ta, te, ta, left, te, ta. Okay, for the classical dancers out there, okay, for a challenge, you can even try and kick and get that kick. And when you get that kick, you obviously want to get that straight leg. Okay, so it's a kick, te, ta, kick, te, ta. Okay, and you can use this arm to continue to spin because he's continuing to play. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, ta, te, ta, te, ta. Straight from there, we're going to show Devi. But let's try these 3 with the music first. Ready?
No. Sorry, Sundaji. I'm talking on the session, so you have to sit downstairs.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1. Okay. Guys, you guys are pros. All right. Next, we're going to show Devi. So, between each Vahana and each god, make sure you are showing the expression, and the expression changes. So remember, so Shiva he's forceful, but he's also playing around, and we're seeing that in our body. Now Devi, so Durga, even though she is very strong and destructive and she's very fierce, she's also very elegant. So we finished off like so, and we're gonna go. Oh, I don't know if you can see my legs there. There you go. We're gonna go 1, 2. Okay. So make sure you can put that bend in there if you want. Okay. So Devi, and then this same leg goes up and out. Nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the lion that she's sitting on. Okay. Then from here, you're going to go this, sit. And she is sitting on top. Okay, nice. So when you go around, you can go around. So go around like so. If Ditite is not coming, you can do walk. You can do walk, sit. And right, remember when we did Shivan? When Shivan is sitting on the bull, he is sitting like so. You hear that massive thump. He's a man, right? He's quite bulky. He's sitting on like that. Whereas Durga, she is very elegant. So you want to get that elegance in there. So from the top, so we've got the mouse. You're grabbing the mouse. You're sitting on the mouse. You're doing 1, 2, 3, 4. You could do 5. Me, walk, stay. You're gonna lift that up to me. You're gonna place, and then you're gonna jump. Mulmandi around. Then you're going in to the bull with your left hand. Your right hand is going to show the Dhammaruham, and then you're going to move. Then you're going round. The same leg goes round. Then you're walking, or you're doing Ditite, and you're sitting. So Nice. Right, can I watch you guys while you do it? And then I'll know if we need to go over it again or not. Okay. Ready? Okay, ready? One. Jump. Cut. Both. One. Yeah, I got that. That last tarikita is really fast. Okay, good. Right, next one. So we did Ganesh, we did Murugan, we did Shiva, we did Devi. Now we're going to do okay. So Vishnu's flight is Garudan. Yeah. So actually, interestingly, what we would do is we would show Garudan like this, like flight. Okay, but we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to show wings like this. Okay, you can show wings like this. You can show wings like this. You can even show wings like this. But so if you're using this mudra here, you can use it as wings. If you use it here, it means like you're a demon. So we don't want to use it here. We want to use it here. But I'm going to use this, but feel free to use whichever one you feel first. So Bharatanatyam is full about making lines. Okay, so if we're going up, we're bringing down, we're going up, and then we're bringing down. Nice. Okay, and we're gonna go de, 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 de. So I'm doing it standing, but the classical girls out there, you can actually classical dancers out there, you can do Adamandi. Okay, to get that even more, to make that a little bit more dynamic as well. Okay, another thing you can do is you can go out, then you can come back into Adamandi, then you can go out, then you can come back into Adamandi. Whichever style you guys like. Okay, so we're gonna go de 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 de. Then we're gonna show Vishnu. So Vishnu you show like so. So this is the mudra to show Vishnu. So we're gonna go ta te te ta, and then de te te ta, which is gonna turn into a lotus, and the thing. The name escapes me. The instrument that he's holding with this hand. Okay, so we're gonna show ta te te ta, de te te ta. Okay, ready? Let's try that. 5, 6, 7, and de te te, de te te, de te te, de te te, ta te te ta, de te te ta. Right? You can add atami in there. So takademi, takademi, to enhance that even more if you want. So any doubts? Fab, should we try it with the music? Let's do that. Ready? Sorry, I got a bit excited there. It's just one. So we're showing one side, Okay. Then our last one that we're doing is Vayu. Does anyone know what is the vehicle of Vayu? I'll let you guys call out. Vayu is the god of rain and wind. Yeah, wind. That's it. What's his vehicle? Anyone? Okay, his vehicle. Is anyone typing in the chat? Okay. His vehicle is 1,000 horses. Okay, so we're going to be showing horses. Horses we show like so. You can have your hand at your waist. You can have your hand at the back as well. So both are fine. Both are accepted. We're going to show a horse. When you think about a horse, how does a horse move? It's very gallopy, right? So even like, I don't know if you guys have played with those things, those horse heads. You end up jumping. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to jump. We're going to go on our tiptoes. Okay, and get that level in there. Nice. Okay, then, so we're going to go down and up, right? Then we're going to go sorry, that's my legs. I was changing my legs. Okay, so here we go. Stamp, stamp, out. For people who are finding that difficult, if you're finding that there's too many things to count, you're just going to go jump, jump, jump. All right? And when you jump, what are you going to do? He's got so many horses, right? So you're going to hold his horse. So you're going to hold this. Okay, so remember this meant here, this meant woman. This meant Devi on her lion. But now we're using this to hold the reins. So you're holding these horses. You're going to take the same mudra at the top. And what you're going to do, you're going to collect all the horses and you're going to lift it up. Nice. So for day, guys, you're going to go up. For the jumping, guys, you're going to go jump, 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 and lift. Everyone lift, but this time you're going to lift with your knee forward, interlocking into the back. I don't know if you can see that, right? So you lift your knee forward. This character who's got these 1,000 horses, he's very strong. He's very elegant. So you're going to keep your shoulders. You're going to have that little bit of pride, and you're going to collect all these horses, and you're going to pose really elegantly, and you're going to put your chest up a little bit as well, because you're going to show that pride. Okay, so far we've showed the mouse, okay, and we're showing Ganesh. We've shown the peacock. So you know we do this, I don't know if you can see it, there you go. So we're going this is a peacock hands, and when we go like this, we're changing that into Hamsasyam, which shows the little peacock things, that, like those little fancy stuff that they have there, okay? And then we're showing that, and then the Attami is showing the beauty. We've got Murhan, the peacock is on his left, his spear is on his right. We're going to go around, then we're going to show the bull. So actually, when you show Murhan, and you're saying he's a playful character, right? So you've got that playfulness in you. When you go with the bull, it's a bit more sharp. You're going around with the Damaruham. He's playing the Damaruham on his bull. Then you're showing Devi, who's on her lion, and she's getting on that lion very swiftly. Then you've got Garudan, and you've got Vishnu. And finally, you've got the horse. Up, holding this. Okay, so we've showed the horse. Then we are collecting all of them together, which actually is good timing because we've only got like 5 minutes left. So let's rehearse this one. Actually, let's have a quick water break, like 2 30-second water break, and then we'll do this again. Awesome. You guys ready? Any questions? Okay. No, good. Fabulous. All right, let's go. Okay, let's do it twice through. First one, we'll mark it. Second one, we'll actually do it full out. Okay, ready? First one, we're going to mark. So mark means we're just going to run through the steps. Ready? So 1, 2. For the peak. Go. Awesome. Let's try for that now. Ready? Any doubts? Any doubts? Awesome. Okay, just like guys, if you want to add variations to this, so if you're like, okay, actually this is quite simple, how can I add more to it? So what you could do is, you know, we're doing atami and we're doing atami. Instead of atami, you can show the peacock there. So we're doing this. So instead of doing this, you can do this and show the peacock feathers being open. So like I said, you could do dimmi, or you could just do 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're showing the bull and you're going around, you can even change this tate theta to show different types of shivan. So you can do the snake, like the snake is dancing on him as well. So you could do 1, 2. You could do the ta, and then you could probably do, what else could you do? Then you could do his tiger skin, or you could even show his, if you can't see, you can even show, if you could do this, or you could do this. So you could do ta 1, 2, so you're going up. Then you're doing ta theta. Then you can do the theta, which, so even when he's dancing, his ganga is spitting out water. So she's also dancing on his head. So you can add variation and you can build up on this. I'm just teaching you something that's quite linear, but you can add layers to that as well. Fab, one more time. Right. Last time, I promise. Are you feeling good? Can I see some thumbs up? Yeah, awesome. Okay. I do want to, should we take a cheesy picture? Shall we do that? So guys who don't have the video cameras on, if you want to put it on, feel free to put it on. No pressure, you don't have to, but if you want to, put it on. Awesome. Let's take a cheesy screenshot picture. All right, guys, let's do one thumbs up smiling, and then we'll do one like a dancey one, okay? So, because I've got two screens, I'm gonna have to take the same picture twice. Okay, let's do one thumbs up one, because I've only got one hand, but ready, 3, 2, 1. And stay there for picture 2. 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Let's do a dancey one. So you can pick your favorite Vahana that you've done so far. So you can pick the mouse, or you can pick the peacock. Maybe you want to pick the bull. Maybe you want to pick the tiger. Maybe you want to pick Garuda, or maybe you want to pick the horse. So you can pick whichever one you want. Amazing. Okay, I'm going to do the mouse because I only have one hand. All right, ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's not a screenshot. 3, 2, 1. And let's go to the other page. 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice one. Thank you so much. We've got 5 minutes left, so I'm just gonna open it to any questions, and I'm gonna hand over to Bharati too. Bharati, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Lovely. It was so great to see all of you dancing. It was a lot of you are naturally talented. But yeah, this session really made me want to get back into dancing, and hopefully a lot of you to get in touch with your creative side too. So I hope you all enjoyed your session for today and learned something new. Thank you, Chiinthu Ji, and thank you all of you for attending today's session. Next up, we have Sanskrit 101 and Read with the JJs. Do head over to our website, www.nhsf.org.uk/Jagruti, to get all the links for the rest of the day. Thank you. Namaste. See you in some of our other sessions.